it came as a bolt from the blue, more so because we've never really had much of a chance to engage with all of you. And therefore, I promised Mr. Jalad Dani that I will make it a point to join all of you, even though I can't be there personally due to many, many other engagements here. I promise to connect with you. I truly believe it's an honor to address this 32nd Indian Paint Conference, which celebrates the vision and vibrancy that each one of you presents and brings to the table. Namaskar to all the participants. A very good evening and my heartiest congratulations to all the awardees and to all the participants of this very important event. I'd like to commend the Indian Paint Association for driving progress since 1961 and making India now a key player globally. In fact, all of you are assembled in Kolkata, which has some very iconic landmarks, very artistic people there, artistic spirit of culture and recognition of the importance of arts that one can experience in Kolkata. And in that sense, your industry meeting in Kolkata is very, very appropriate because that's a land which has brought some of the best painters or artists before the country. Whether it's Jamini Roy's paintings, whether it's all the lovely Durga Puja pandals that we see in Kolkata, and I think in everyone's lives, paints play an important role. I'm forgetting that ad. Which company was it? Was it Asian Paints or which one was it? क्या सुनील बाबू नया घर नई गाड़ी किसका था वो याद नहीं आ रहा है. But it was a beautiful advertisement. Very, very beautifully created, curated. And therefore, I think the theme that you have today, I believe it's allure. The theme of today's event, it encapsulates India's transformative journey. India is becoming attractive to the world, and your sector helps bring the sheen to everything that we produce, that we make in India. All the buildings look as good as the paint that we have on them. All the beautiful exhibition halls, the parliament building, the convention centers, your paints brings vibrancy, brings attractiveness, and the evolution of your sector over the last few years with a great deal of international exposure also. I think many of you have companies around the world. Many of you are exporting paint in a big way. It truly is a sector which can be proud of your achievements. Good 12 to 15% growth rate over the years, and hoping to reach at least a 1 lakh crore turnover in the next 3 or 4 years. I think we could do better. And I say this because in my last interaction with some of your representatives, I was mentioning a simple statistic. We expect India to create or make twice the number of buildings or structures that exist today in the next 30 years. So if we have 100 structures all over India today, in the next 25 to 30 years, we will have 300. Now, put that to paper, and you can imagine the amount of construction activity India is going to witness. You can imagine the amount of paint, both for new structures and for maintenance of the existing, will be required over the years. as our automobile industry grows, as our white goods industry grows, every sector is a potential market for the paint industry. And given the high quality of work that we do in India, I think the world should be our stage, the world should be our market. I would urge all of you, whether you are a multinational corporation, an MNC, or an MSME, I think it's important that we focus on quality. We accept the highest quality standards. We encourage even the small companies to go in for high quality production. We make quality control orders of a nature that can ensure that anything produced in India will be good for Indian consumers and will also be accepted around the world. And I think it's time that working with the Bureau of Indian Standards, representatives of your trade should help create modern, international world-class standards of paints. We should register all our paint manufacturers so that they meet those standards. We should set up adequate testing labs all across the country, and you need not do that. The government will set up as many laboratories in as many locations as you desire, with the most modern equipment, most contemporary test beds and test equipment, to ensure that all of you get a chance to enjoy the fruits of the growing Indian market and become global players in the years to come. We should make the brand India synonymous with quality, synonymous with reliability, and synonymous with durability. And given these three factors, also with an overlay of sustainability, eco-friendly products, products that through the manufacturing process do not leave a big carbon footprint, products that are not harmful for the health of people using these buildings. I think if we can focus our energies on safe and sustainable products, that will be the differentiator which will help India expand across the world, and all of you grow your businesses, add to your prosperity, create millions of new jobs directly and indirectly. One of the areas I would urge you also to look at is the skill development of the workers who actually do the paint. How efficiently they are doing the paint, how they maintain uniformity in the paint, how they ensure there are no cracks that come up in the future, how they ensure the various layers, right from the distemper or whatever. I'm not very knowledgeable about your industry, but I think there are some early coats, and then you put in the final paint coats. I think each of this process needs to be trained, and our painters, our workers working in the industry, if they can receive skill development, and government would be happy to partner with you. We can use some of the PM Shri programs, the programs that the Honorable Prime Minister has initiated, which were announced in the last budget. We could have a tie-up with the paint industry to provide you with apprentices, and you could help train the entire Vishwakarmas, the ecosystem of painters, so that customers get a good end product and a good experience. I'd like to urge all of you industry participants to focus your energies on innovation, to embrace environmental responsibility, and ensure that your colors light up the life of every Indian born in India. Friends, we are on our part trying to create modern infrastructure, good logistics chains. We are trying to ensure that the cost of doing business, the ease of doing business is kept very much, made very much more attractive. We are hoping that we can work together with you on ease of living, making the lives of every Indian better. And I would love to receive ideas from all of you, suggestions from each one of you. Maybe through the course of your deliberations, if you can come up with position papers which help the government to help you do your job better, to help you grow your businesses more efficiently and become an effective stakeholder in this journey towards Viksit Bharat 2047. In this journey that we are all collectively working on to make India the new powerhouse in the world. Together, we can do wonders. Together, we can paint a future of prosperity, a future of sustainability, and a future of global excellence. Thank you very much, friends, for giving me this opportunity to connect with you. I see some familiar faces on the screen, but will really look forward to engaging and meeting with you on another day soon. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Today at the conference, we have more than 800 delegates, and I'm sure that there are a lot of people here who would want to ask you questions. So if you can be so kind and answer one or two questions, it would be of great help to all of us.
Okay,
So,
we'll take a couple of quick questions.
thank you.
I have another engagement. I'm running one after the other into programs. I've just met with chefs from 35 countries before I came on to your program.
Please raise your hand. We'll get the mic to you. Can we please quickly raise the hands? We'll get the mic forward and then you can ask your question. First, do mention your name.
Good evening, sir. I am Anupam Kedia, one of the conveners for this 32nd Indian Paint Conference, which is being held in Kolkata. We were looking forward for your physical presence here in Kolkata, but due to your busy schedule, you couldn't make it. But we are really glad and so happy to see you live during our inauguration ceremony. And you are always a true well-wisher of Indian industries. And we look forward for more better opportunities for the Indian paint industries in our Viksit Bharat. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, we have a question there. Can we please give the mic? Sir, your name?
Namaste, sir. Myself, Nilesh Agarwal. Sir, what you mentioned in your speech right now that you want to set up laboratories so that we can conduct research and development. Sir, I am from a very small MSME and we manufacture the base product, which is the what you mentioned, distemper. But sir, we want to move forward, but we do not have any laboratory or appropriate infrastructure so that we can, and it's not possible for an MSME side like us to invest so much in an R&D center. So it would be great if the government of India provides us with those R&D centers and laboratories at which we can go and work and develop in the future and maybe grow our business from an MSME or journey to an MNC.
Sure, my friend. In fact, I would urge all of you, collectively, you come up with a plan which parts of India your industry is present largely, where and what equipment will be helpful for you to upgrade your quality. I will tie up your association with the Bureau of Indian Standards, who will help you to make good and practical quality standards, implement them, and also invest the money to set up laboratories for common use by the entire industry. And that same equipment could be used by even other chemical industry. So maybe Jalaj or somebody from amongst you could lead a team of 3 or 4 persons. You young man could be a part of that and help us create a national blueprint to help the MSME sector grow and do bigger and better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hello. So just one question on the demand and consumption. Last 1 year, the consumption is falling, and that is impacting the demand in the paint industry also. So going forward, do we expect some initiatives from the government to boost the consumption in the country?
I think we saw a spurt of demand in the post-COVID period when a lot of construction work had got adversely affected. There was a little bump up, so possibly your 22-23 figure would have been a significant bump up, I'm assuming, which is what we saw in most industries. And what we are now talking of fall or a slowdown or a slight slowing up is possibly just a temporary phenomena. But if you have any suggestions, any ideas, we'll be happy to receive them. I think construction is an area where government doesn't directly get involved. On our part, in terms of infrastructure, of course, we are investing very heavily. Almost 11,000 crore is being invested in infrastructure projects this year, which will include a lot of work where paints will be required. So when 500 or 700 Amrit stations are made, for example, in the railways, all of them will require paint. When more and more global capability centers come to India, it'll expand the demand for commercial buildings and business for you. As more and more people become conscious of their lifestyles, I'm sure maintenance of buildings will also become equally crucial. But if you have any suggestions, do get back to us and we'll certainly look at that.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving your invaluable time. On behalf of Indian Paint Association, we express our gratitude. A huge round of applause for our Honorable Minister.